Well, hello, good people. Mark Holmes here. And as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. Hope you all are having a great day. You know, of course, the Cowboys situation is always bad, always in flux, always talked about. Even though the Cowboys are ass, that they are 3-4-1, and nobody, they literally had us at an over and under of 7.5 for Vegas, and we're basically doing what they said we were going to do. It's, of course, the Dallas Cowboys have made all these mistakes. Nobody's talking about the Commanders, who are actually below us, that were at the NFC Championship level last year, and that everybody was picking to be possibly the representative for the Super Bowl. Nobody's talking about that, but that's okay. That's okay. Because I might look at this and say, with what they're talking about now, the Cowboys should trade George Pickens. That's picking up steam now. Now everybody, well, the Cowboys, they should trade George Pickens. Well, here's the thing. And I can understand what they're saying about it is his value is as high as it's ever going to be, and you can get something in return for him. I get that. But what you're doing is, and here's where I say a bird in the hand beats two in the bush. Yes, we have 4 number 1 draft picks over the next 2 years. But if we are real with ourselves and we look at what we've done with our first round picks and our second round picks, I'm not sure that that's the best solution. We've got second round picks galore in our defense that ain't busting a grape, people. We got first round picks on our defense, be it our own or other guys, that ain't busting a grape. I think you need to hold on to a known commodity that actually works. We decided, hey, let's trade Amari Cooper. Did that help us any? How many years were we searching for a replacement for Amari Cooper? It wasn't that we didn't draft guys, like Jalen Tolbert, to replace Amari Cooper. It was 3 years later when we got George Pickens. But let's go to the tape here. I'm just pissed right now.
In the story that, depending upon my mood, I would or wouldn't say on this show. But Micah Parsons not happy with the Cowboys, and I would imagine Trayvon Diggs isn't happy with the Cowboys.
And we're not happy with Diggs either.
In a different way, because the whole concept of success when you're managing assets is to buy low and to sell high. And if they want to sell high, and if they're being realistic about who they are and what they can afford over the long haul and the contracts they've already got in place, they should sell George Pickens. They should maximize the return. Because what are they going to get for George Pickens later? Are they going to pay George Pickens $35 million a year? Because he's going to want it. We've seen enough flashes to forget all about the issues in Pittsburgh. The best you're ever going to get from George Pickens may be right now, as you're 3-4-1, as the season may be going sideways, whether it's an immediate player to help on defense or whether it's another significant draft pick. You gave up a 3 to get him. Could you turn it into a 1? I don't know, but I would explore it because, Devin, I think the Cowboys are going to have a hard time paying George Pickens. Now, it may just be they ride it out and they tag him and trade him after the season, which is what I think they wanted to do with Michael Parsons, frankly. Get through this season and then trade him after the season because the picks we got are still future picks. There's no draft during the season. So that's a guy to at least consider because maybe you could dupe someone who might be interested in A.J. Brown. And reportedly multiple teams, and I've heard different rumors about teams that want A.J. Brown. They can't get A.J. Brown. Maybe they swing back around to George Pickens, and you can get him for more than you ever would get under other circumstances.
I actually like that idea. I think for them, they're not a Super Bowl contender. So if you do that, it allows you, and I think I don't know if this might be one of the best versions we're going to get of George Pickens. Right before the money's going to come, he's found a happiness to playing in Dallas. One of my buddies, the assistant wide receiver coach, he's talked about his growth. He's learning the whole system over there in Dallas. Like, he's really playing at a high level, and it seems like it's all working out. So I do think, is there a feeling for Dallas of let's try to make this work? Because as far as I know, it's all happy off the field as well with George Pickens. So I do wonder if there is a feeling of we can convince this guy to stay here at this price tag that maybe they are willing to pay. I do wonder that.
I know who your buddy in Dallas is. He's my buddy too. He came running over to me before week 1 with the hair all the way up here. And I'm looking around like, why is he running at me? And he was so nice.
He loves your show.
Oh my God, it was great. Taekwon, it was great. Because, anytime you're in a setting like that, it's like, is he like, am I in between him and like the person he's really running over to with the big smile on his face? But it was great to see him in Philly. God, it's already been 8 weeks ago. Okay, Baltimore Ravens, should they buy? Should they sell? Should they stand pat?
So the thought here is that the Cowboys should be sellers. I'd like to hear what you think on this, but I think at this point, yeah, if you can sell Trayvon Diggs, by all means, dump that salary. But I don't think you have enough talent to go ahead and trade out and think that you're just going to be able to draft your way out of this. Unfortunately, there is no easy answer, and I get it. Paying George Pickens $34-35 million is going to be a lot. It's not going to be an easy thing to do. However, think about what we've tried to do to replace Amari Cooper. We took a dead hit on Amari Cooper, okay? We paid Michael Gallup, okay? We just finished paying Michael Gallup. Or no, wait a minute. Michael Gallup was still on our books this year. We paid Michael Gallup. We took a dead hit on Amari Cooper. We got Jalen Tolbert, and we tried him. We had guys like Noah Brown as our number 2 wide receiver. Are you going to go ahead and just say, we'll trade him and we'll just be able to get another guy to replace him? People, it's a fallacy that the Cowboys are great at drafting. The Cowboys are great at finding one guy. Pretty much, and you can go back and look at it. Check me if I'm wrong. Pretty much in most of the drafts in the last about 5 years, we found one guy. One guy. And that's about it. We've had better luck in undrafted rookie free agents than we have actually in the draft. So we'll see. We'll see. George Pickens picking up steam to be traded.